Real Talk disclaimer. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, validity, and reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of any viewer.
Well, welcome to Real Talk. Glad to have all of you to join us on today. It is a Thursday. We're here every Thursday at 6:15. That's right, 6:15. Want you to let everyone know that Real Talk is up and Real Talk is running. Several ways that you can connect with us on today. Connect with us on Facebook Live. That's right, Facebook Live on Real Talk with Pastor Z and Bishop T. You also can catch us on our personal page. We also have a YouTube channel. That's right. A YouTube channel. That's right. We also have a Twitter page. R Talk with Z and T at R Talk with Z _ T. And we also want to let you know that we are on the conference call line for those who are not on social media. We are on a conference call line. That number is 1-646-224-5980. That PIN number is 334-1986. Hello to all of you. Hello, Bishop.
Hello, Pastor.
How are you?
I am well.
Listen,
how are you?
I just want to say this. I know this is not part of our show, but hey, I just need to tell you, you blessed me last night on Reset.
To God be the glory.
Talk about them opponents, and you're unique.
That
and
opposition.
Hey, okay, just all the things that you bless me with. You're unique. Embrace it.
Embrace it, right?
Bishop,
the difference in you, embrace it.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna tell you something, Pastor Z. It touched me too. I needed to hear it.
That's when we know that we have a good word, when it ministered to us first. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So to God be the glory.
Listen, I really enjoyed it. I want to say hello to all of our viewers tonight. Miss Katrina Davis, Miss Epiphany Cherry. Tell my friend I said, what's up, Epiphany? Tell my good friend I said, what's up, your husband. Hello, Miss Bothwell. How you doing? Miss Leslie Thomas, hello. All of you that are tuned in right now, we want you to share it on your page. Share it on your page. We're excited about the show on tonight. And it's a different show than what we are accustomed of doing, but we're going to have a good time while we're here. Guess what? We have two special guests on our show tonight, and here they are, none other than Bishop T and yours truly, Pastor Z.
Pastor Z.
Yeah, we're going to be the guest tonight. We're going to do a Q&A. We're going to talk to you all. We're going to embrace some questions that you may have for us. So we're looking forward to that on tonight. All right. Listen, let's talk about this before we jump into it. Wounds that won't heal. OMG. Capital. OMG. That was a wonderful play, Shabrika Dozier. And a lot of you, you was here on last Thursdays. We gave away over 50 tickets right here on Real Talk, and saw many of you all. You might not saw me. I was in the very top, in the very back, and I was able to look down over the balcony and see all the people at the tables and all the people in the balcony. Before the show began, we was at your kickoff, Bishop, and I kind of inquired about and shared with someone I was getting ready to run up to the play, and they was like, man, I actually was talking to Pastor Edward Jones, and he said, listen, man, I just rolled through there, and it's wrapped around the building. Folks waiting to get in. And that's why I love support and love when we support one another. She called me the next day in tears and still on cloud 13 and excited about what just took place in the city. Her mind was just blown by what God had done through her life and through the people that is connected in her life. And I want to thank all of those that gave away gave away the tickets. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you all for staying with us. We was on for 3 hours that night, and we was making sure we was going to give away those tickets, and we just thank you all for all going out and supporting this young lady. Big things is coming to Gadsden, Alabama. When we learn to unite, with big things will happen in this city. Yes. What's up, Dana J? My baby brother, what's up? Hello, my classmate, Miss Mary Smitherman. Glad to have you on. That's right. Ain't nothing like having good support. Nothing like having good support. So, Bishop, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Well, it's been a very interesting week. Thank you, and thank everyone who came out and supported our campaign kickoff. It's been awesome. People came out, they supported, they gave and to help with the campaign. And so we are excited about District 1 and hopefully joining the council as the District 1 councilwoman. It was a good kickoff.
It was. And we're going to talk a little later about your candidacy for District 1. And I'm excited for you. I see you got your shirt on. I'm rocking my shirt. We rocking the black.
We rocking. Hey, we just letting it do what Ray Charles said. I just let it do what it do.
Well, let's do what it do, baby. Let's do what it do, baby. Let's make it do what it do, baby. You know the nighttime, baby.
Boy, you crazy. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Did he get an Academy for that?
I think he did get. I think he did. He played. He's a good actor anyway, but he played in that one. Now.
Did you know he actually glued his eyelids closed?
Yeah.
And actually played that scene.
He got all in the role for that one.
He did. He did.
Now he did that.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the candidacy of District 1, Gadsden City Council that Tanya Lynn Latham is running for. We're going to talk on her platform, talk about her platform and her aspirations for that particular position. But first of all, We're gonna talk a little bit about suit up.
Suit up. Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
you wouldn't let us walk on through that door last week, but to God be the glory.
Yes, to God be the glory.
That is such a blessing. That is such a blessing. I joke a lot too, but now you can be like those preachers when they get ready to preach, they have their tables and stuff set up and all that. You know,
Yeah,
you have to now you have to start taking you have to have a team with you when
yeah.
you start writing
That's
books.
ministry. That's being ministry minded.
Yeah,
I,
you
I've
have
witnessed.
to.
I witnessed one of your mentors. He is an author of several books. Bishop Sherman Young. Um, and as ministry minded.
Yeah,
You know, and you just want to bless people.
yeah.
So this is my new book. Well, my first book, my only book.
The
It's called
inaugural.
Yeah, it's called Suit Up, and it is out right now. It is out right now. You can get those particular get that book in a hardback, a softback, and you can also get it in e format. In the e format where it can go directly to your phone. So we're excited about the sales on it. Excited about the sales. Put together just a little video I want us to take a look at, Bishop. And as we look at it, want to kind of talk through it. And this is soon to be a website. You'll be able to click, put in a domain, and I'll let you know once that is completed. But that is the website we're looking at. It's just a simple website, but it has the book on it, a little information about the book on it. Have something where you can click on it and talk about the author. It talks about the author. Um, and then of course you can there's a link on there where you can actually buy the book right there from West Bow Press, which is our publisher. Just a little bit of idea of concerning the book. Um, Also want to kind of give you a good look, and this is in the ebook format. That's the cover of it, and then as you scroll through, you'll be able to look at the contents, which is 100 of them. That's just samples of what you'll see inside the book. You have room to put your dates that you read it, and then at the bottom, it's a little room for you to put your own personal notes in it. Um, Those are just a few of it's 100 devotionals, and that's copyrighted through West Bow Press. And so that I was just scrolling there through the ebook format. Just want to give the people an opportunity just to see some of what they would see once they purchase the book. You can purchase it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can also purchase it on West Bow Press. And all you have to do is put my name, Z. Andre Huff. Put my name, Z. Andre Huff, in uh, the search menu, and it'll pop up. It'll pop up. So I just want to kind of give uh, our viewers an idea of what the book looks like. What the books look like, and we'll be doing a signing in the real near future. Probably wait till after the election is over, and then we'll set up something where we'll do a signing, and people will be able to purchase books in person that may not have already bought a book. My inspiration for writing this book, Bishop, when my daddy passed a couple of years ago, it was real hard on me, and a lot of people don't realize it, but some people think that ministers just get up every day, walk around with a Bible in their hand all day, reading and quoting scriptures. And it became very difficult for me to be able to um, read and study and prepare. And I was steady pastoring, steady preaching every Sunday. But it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I'm telling you, it was a struggle. My mind was everywhere. And it was during the time when you and I was mentioning it's okay to say that you're not okay. And you saying that to me really opened my eyes to be able to say I can be transparent with you as a sister. I can be vulnerable with you. I can share with you where I really am because you had a true concern about me. Um, so what I did to try to help me begin to read all over again and start studying, getting the study habits again, I started picking up a daily bread. I picked up a daily bread and I said, maybe this can help me. So I started reading the daily bread. And when I started reading the daily bread, I couldn't comprehend their messages, their little stories. You know, it was more of the European stories to me, and I just couldn't relate to it, and it wasn't helping me. So I said, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start doing one myself, my own devotional. And in the process of doing my own devotional, we have an app called Remind that I got, the church, the prayer line, I got ministers in it, the deacon ministries. So I said, if I need encouraging, somebody else need encouraging. And I wanted to, while I was trying to press, I wanted to share with others to help start their day. And so therefore I start sending out messages Monday through Friday, and I named it the 1 minute morning messages. And I start sending it out through audio, and then I start creating videos. And I would do that in a 30-minute span. I would get to work at 5:30 and park. I would have to be on the job at 6. And between 5:30 to 6 o'clock, I would spend time reading and writing the devotionals. Then after roll call, I would go into the locker room and I would record what I wrote down so I could send it out. And finally, I started doing videos and started posting it on Facebook. So after I did 100 of these, my uncle Joseph Huff, who lives in Cleveland, Ohio, in our group messages said, Dre, you need to write a book. You need to put this is good. You need to write a book, and you even need to do what they do, the audio book as well. And so, my uncle Joseph, you got to know my uncle Joseph. He's my daddy's baby brother, and he got all the ideas in the world, but he always giving them to you to do. And so after I did the first 100, I stopped doing the 1 minute morning messages, and what I did, I compiled all 100 of those messages and said I'm going to put it in a book. And that's how all of that begun. And I want to say this: there's a lot of people behind the scenes that help make this a success. Now, I would say this: God gave me all of those devotionals, but you'd be a fool, and let me say it like that, to think that you've gotten where you are or you accomplished things by yourself. I had the Mount Zion Baptist Church family behind me, supporting me to help get this published. I had one of our youth leaders in the church, Gladecia Scott. She helped edit and did the punctuation and the grammar, and she went through there and did all of that, all 100. She would come over on some Saturdays. I would email her the transcripts and have her to look at them while she was on her job. She would correct them, and we would kind of juggle things back and forth. And so I appreciate Gladecia for doing that. And I appreciate all of those that supported and helped, and you. I appreciate you. You was one that when I would get frustrated, when I run into a roadblock, you would say, Dre, it's a purpose behind the roadblock. Don't get frustrated. Don't throw in the towel. And so and I wanted to make sure that this book was published and in my hands so I could place it in my mother's hand. That was the biggest thing, Bishop. That my mother is all I got now for as a parent, and I wanted to put it in her hands because this is something that none of her boys have done, and so I wanted her to be proud and to be able to see that I did something um, um, as her child, and that she'll have it. I didn't want anything to happen before I was able to put that in her hand. So I was able to put that in her hand, and I thank God for that. Um, my brothers have been very supportive. Sean, Todd, Jermaine, Reginald, Bernard, all of them have been very supportive. My aunts and Miss Ann, Miss Ella, they all my children. Jalen, Zoe, Sydney, Andre, Sharika. They just everyone has been so supportive, and I just thank God for allowing me to do this because Tanya, I used to hate reading. I really did. I used to hate reading, and to ever think that I would ever become an author, it blows my mind. When he said, "Prove the doubters wrong," you know, you're mighty and still strong. It blows my mind. So, those that didn't see me present the book to my mom can go on my Facebook page and you'll see how happy she was when she received that first book. So, that's the gist of our book. Again, go on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or even Westbow Press, and you can order your book if you desire hardback or soft. Um, and then you have the ebook which you can download to your electronic devices and have it on you at all times. And just type in the search menu Z Andre Huff and Suit Up will come up. So that's it concerning the book.
That's it. You said
That's
that's
it.
like that's it.
Yeah, that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Yep.
And
And
then
so it's
and I
volume one.
huh?
It's volume one. So I'm gonna start back doing the 1 minute morning messages Monday through Friday. I don't know when, probably after the election is over with. And then once I get another 100, then I will do volume two.
Um, you know what? And I think that it's important to say that that came in the midst of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And some people may say, "Well, why you say that?" Because even though it was those times were unprecedented. It was a lot going on. It just lets us know what can be birthed out of situations and circumstances, and how it's really redefining. It redefines some of us, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, to for that, to birth that book that was so inspiring to people every day that were hearing those 1 minute messages. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
To
Thank you so
God be the
much.
glory.
And
Hmm.
to all of you, thank you so much again for your prayers from all of you that congratulated me and liked the different um like the posts and have already purchased your book. Um I would love to sign it and we're gonna have a signing. So hold on to your book and I will personally sign your book. Thank you so much again for the love that you are sharing um in this city. All right, Bishop, here we are. Um, let's talk a little bit about your um, urge, your inward urge to run for City Council District 1. Miss Tanya Lynn Latham. First of all, again, I want to congratulate you for qualifying. I know that you have asked questions, and you are on top of your campaign. You had your campaign kickoff on last Sunday. had good showing, good support. Um, you're in a race with two others, the incumbent and another one, Shari Bostic. So let's ask the question: um, what made you qualify? What made you want to be city councilman in District One?
Well, first, let me just say, I was born and raised in District 1, educated in District 1, so I know District 1. But I had someone to come to me and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
And after sharing with this person, I just kind of said, let me ponder it, let me think about it, let me pray about it, let me see. And so as I was, doing just that, I thought about what I was already doing and what I could do.
Okay.
Because I think overall I have a servant's heart to
Mm-hmm.
serve people. I
Okay.
love people. I love serving people. That's what I do in ministry. So when I just started really thinking about it, I thought about what is it that I possess that would bring or make a difference in District 1, and not only make a difference in District 1, but build District 1 as as well as building the people, serving the people, meeting the needs of the people in District 1. And so, really, at first, it was just kind of like, let me think about it because I said I would. But the more I thought about it, the more I prayed about it, it is almost like just enlarging my territory to be able to do more of what I was already doing,
Mm-hmm.
specifically in that area. So there's a need,
Mm-hmm.
and when there's a need, we have to uh, rise to the challenge or rise to the need. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
We are hopefully taking a stand and seeing the need and doing what we can to occupy that seat to meet the needs of the community, from the
Okay.
people to the infrastructure to, you know, just meeting the needs of District 1. So where that's kind of how I feel,
Mm-hmm.
um, as far as the desire.
Okay.
Sometimes a seed can be planted, you never thought about it, but then when you talk about it and you really start to, you're right, Auntie, suit up. And
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what we've done. We've suited up for the challenge, to run a campaign, to occupy the seat, and then to do what needs to be done to build the community, to build the neighborhood, to mobilize the people. And so that's where we are.
So you said that you feel compelled to run because you want to continue, you want to serve the people in that particular seat, and you want to meet the needs of your constituents in this district. So let me ask you a question, and it's not a trick question, but let me ask this. Do you feel like the people have not been served and the needs have not been met?
Well, I'm going to say this: living in District 1, going to and fro through District 1, I'll say it this way. Um, there's much to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hear the concerns of the constituents, um, people just have concerns.
Mm-hmm.
That there has to be someone, or in order to represent a district, you have to know what people are saying, hear them.
Mm-hmm.
In order to hear them, you got to be amongst them. So one of the things that we want to do is mobilize the people, to the point that We come together, we can hear the concerns of the constituents and be the voice of the constituents at City Hall. You know, if District 1 wants it, they want it. If they don't want it, they don't want it. So I have to speak, I have to be their voice.
Right.
And if it's something to where there are pros or cons, and maybe they feel one way and I feel another way, that's what those forums are designed for, and mobilizing them to come together. Let's talk about it. Let's hear you, you hear me, and then let's leave with some compromising, maybe on the part of the constituents as well as myself, and then go to City Hall and fight for just that.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you when you said, hear them, hear them, hear them. Question was going to be, how do you plan on hearing them? You made a statement that you can't hear them if you ain't among them. So how would you hear them? You said some type of forum?
Right, right. Right. That's one of the things I want to do is conduct community forums. To where we have, if that be in a town hall meeting, if that be just forums to where I am making them aware of things that are going on in the city, and hearing the constituents of District 1 to make their voice heard in the city. So, and let me say this, I think that anything that you start, you have to continue.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of just saying it just to get the vote or occupy the seat. The only way to make a change in District 1, number one, is our campaign slogan, "We are one."
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm coming to that in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah, we are one. And I can't do it by myself. The community, the district can't do it by itself. We got to work together. We got to work together for a common goal, and that is to see improvement in District 1. To see the improvement in District 1. And this is what I think that, this would be my first time. This is my first campaign. This is my first time being in politics. I watch the news and all of that. But I think what politicians fail to realize is it's the constituents who you work for.
That's right.
They put you in that position.
Exactly.
So you serve the constituents. And if you've got the majority of your constituents saying one thing and you're doing something else, that means that there is a disconnect. So what we have to do is connect. We've got to connect in District 1. Right. And the only way for us to connect in District 1 is for me to be amongst the people. Hear the people. And here's what I never fear. I have never feared people disagreeing with me.
Right.
I've never had a problem with people disagreeing.
Right.
That's not a slap in my face because people disagree. But it does mean when we disagree, let's see where we disagree. Let's see where we can come together.
Right.
And how I can hear you, you can hear me, and then what's going to be best for the district. And here's what I understand. Everybody is not going to be happy all the time.
That's right.
But for the most part, we should be able to agree to disagree and come up with what's best for District 1.
Right. Right. So I was going to ask you about that. We are one, and you kind of clarified that's pretty much your slogan, and that you clarified that pretty much we communicate, and it's going to be one voice at City Hall, one voice. Like you said, you work for them. Here's a question, and it's a record. A couple of things that have taken place under the incumbent. That is actually running for re-election, is that one thing that people talk about is how the school was defunded. Pretty much they voted for a budget, every year to take away from the school. I personally went before the council, along with some more school board members, and asked them not to take one red cent. You only take one red cent from our children. You know, I've always been told as the school system goes, so does the city. Uh, what would, and you and this the incumbent is actually was a principal in our system, and had a long career in education. You also have had a career in education. You taught in our schools as well as taught in Birmingham. Um, Question is, that I want to ask you: how do you feel about the school system? What do you think? Does the school system deserve to be funded by the citizens in the city in order to give a better education, to make sure that pieces are in places? Where you'll stand when it comes down to the school system and our funding or defunding when it comes down to a budget from a mayor?
Well, first of all, you said it. So goes the school system, goes the city. And what we have to do, there's got to be some vision.
Right.
We see now, but somebody's got to look past what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
And to defund our to take the school system out of the budget, to defund, is not it's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense to me. How where are we going to be 10 years from now in this city?
Right.
Defunding the school system.
Right.
Where are those children going to be? How are they going to compete at the next level?
Right.
So what's going to be going on in this city if we are taking money away from the school system?
Mm-hmm.
So as a community, as a city, we have to get behind our school system. How do we get behind our school system? With our monies.
Mm-hmm.
Or our
Right.
treasures. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So being an educator for almost 10 years here in the city, and I think that this, I'm gonna go back and then come up very quickly, as
Mm-hmm.
quick as I possibly can. Because we had Councilman Worthy on last week.
Mm-hmm.
And things had gotten, from what I understood from him, and you can correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
things were so political that nothing was getting done.
Right.
Because maybe I was upset about this, or you mad about this, and if you don't do this, I'm not going to do that. The bottom line is our children.
Our children, and
That's the
that's the
bottom line.
question.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you go down as being the only person that votes for funds for the school, then go down as being the only person.
Right.
There's no logical reason to me to not put the school system first. And then we'll complain because our young people are doing this, our young people are falling prey to this. But how are we investing? Go to some cities where they are really investing in their children. I worked in Anniston, but the company that I worked for, we served Anniston City, we served Oxford City. Okay. And you should see how in some of those cities they are putting the money into the school system so that our kids can compete, get the best education that
Mm-hmm.
they can.
Yeah.
And then here is this: how do we attract those businesses? How do we attract those industries? People don't want to come from a thriving city or a thriving state, and their children, the education that their children are going to get, it decreases,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not on the same level.
Exactly.
So education has got to be one of the top priorities.
Right.
And one thing that I feel sometimes you have to, this just me life, like I said, I've never been a politician, but I think that sometimes you got to put aside your selfish need
Right.
for the good of the city.
Right.
And it's just logical to fund our school system, our children, so that they receive the education, the best education,
The best.
to be as
Mm-hmm.
productive citizens, that they can be, maximizing their potential.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff. I work at the depot, Anderson Army Depot, and some of the things that we have worked on, it is actually that is non-existence anymore. And the future of the depot could be real unstable because you got unless we learn how to build drones and things that they're doing using now, those tanks that we build, they're not fighting wars with tanks like that. They're using more aircraft type things now in order to fight wars, and guns is always going to be in play there. But we got to adjust. We got to change our method. We got to learn on how to build new things, or else the depot eventually won't be anymore. And so you're correct. There's a lot of I've seen some schools have the robotics, and they're doing all type of things, man, in the schools. And and I look at Piedmont and how the city council went up there and did what they did with Piedmont High School. Everybody want to talk about uh, championships and winning games. We got to get some kids. I know some people that won championships that's on the streets now. In some cities selling dope. They can't read and write. Which one are we going to put first? Reading and writing before sports, or what?
Well, when we were in school, and back in the day, we won't say how far back in the day, we
Mm-hmm.
know a number of athletes who were running the ball up and down the court, up and down the field, bringing home the championships, winning games, but education wise, it wasn't there. They were not learning. I'm not going to say they weren't being taught, but they weren't learning, and they
Right.
were being simply passed on just so that they could run a ball. Well, th- those days should be long gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a loophole, or people find a loophole with whatever, but those days should be long gone.
Mm-hmm.
It is important to me, if you're going to run that ball, make sure you are not only an athlete, but make sure
You're a
you are.
student.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're getting your education.
That's right.
So
That's
you're in the books, and you are running that ball. And that education is what's going to help you stand in front of those cameras and be able to articulate in an interview.
right.
So, and the opportunities, you hate for those opportunities to come, and our children not be ready. So education is important. Is is
It's
is very important. And then preparing them for the future.
right.
You said something about wars are fought differently. Like I was listening to the news all through the Ukraine war. Yeah, tanks are needed, but guess what's really advancing them? The drones?
Mm-hmm.
They are fighting the war and being
Right.
successful with drones.
That's right. That's right.
So
So things have to change. Um, this is real talk. And you and I have had this conversation. We've seen dirty politics in the past. Do you plan to run? What kind of campaign do you plan to run?
I'm gonna run the campaign on what I'm gonna do,
Okay.
or what I might. first of all, let me say this: integrity is
Mm-hmm.
what is foremost. That's the foundation. Integrity. Um, a lot of politicians make promises, and sometimes those promises are contingent on what somebody else does. What
Mm-hmm.
I can promise to do is to run this campaign with integrity, to operate in the office with integrity, in the position with integrity,
Mm-hmm.
and promise to hear the constituents and make their concerns known at the city hall.
That's City Hall.
Now I don't care what anybody else do. I got several things, a few things that I'm gonna run on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's education. You know, doing what I can to bring employment opportunities to the district, to increase the revenue in the district. We asked Councilman Word about his first 100 days. My desire for the first 100 days, I managed a daycare for a few years, and it would just blow my mind to hear those toddlers when it was time to do certain things like clean up. They say clean up, everybody clean up. That's the first thing. Clean up the district.
Okay.
Clean up the district. So that when you come to District 1, you know, it's clean. That not only takes uh the members of the community, but it takes the city, it takes myself, it takes us working together to
Mm-hmm.
clean up the community.
Right.
So, a clean community, a safe community where people feel safe, especially the elder people of the community feel safe.
Mm.
To promote health and awareness uh, in the community, and as well as to mobilize the community for us to be just that one, for us to be just that, to be one. So I really, I hear Michelle Obama saying they go low, we go high, but I just feel like I'm gonna run on my platform. My great grandmother emphasized something, and I've heard that she did, and my grandmother kind of passed it on. And you see those three monkeys. When you have one that's right here, hear
Mm-hmm.
no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. You know, stay focused and keep your eyes on the prize, and that's what my desire is. So if it goes south, and I don't believe it will, I just don't believe it will. I know I know the other two opponents that are in the race. I don't believe it will. I hope it doesn't. But if things go south, we'll still. Does it make sense to say we'll still be north?
Well, it may make sense, but don't know if it's gonna happen. So, you just say, for instance, you in District 1, you're a District 1 city councilman, and here it is. There's a situation where um, the people, the council is discussing about moving a statue that has brought pain and a reminder to our community of what we went through. And the family is okay with moving it into the cemetery, but they didn't want it to remain right there at City Hall as a reminder. You given an opportunity to um, cast your vote. How do you go about gathering the information to make that decision?
Well, the first thing for gathering it, yeah, gather the facts, the history behind it, so that you can present all of that to the constituents.
Mm-hmm.
What is the concern? What is the pleasure of the constituents? You're not going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But what do the constituents want? And as far as District 1 goes, the majority of those constituents wanted the statue gone.
Yeah. So what if you was pressured? And I don't know if this was the case or not. What if you received phone calls? Because I heard that one of the councilmen that voted to move it was actually from District 5, which is Mr. Wilson. I've heard that he had received death threats and all type of things, but he voted what he felt like was the right thing to do. Can you be persuaded to do anything opposite of what your constituents are asking you to do?
Come again? What?
Can you be persuaded to do anything different than what your constituents have asked you to do?
My main goal, my main purpose is going to be the voice of District 1.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to being persuaded, if there's something that's going to, I can't be persuaded by the council. Even if there's new information presented that may make things better or make things worse, then we go back to the constituents. We make our constituents. My desire is to make our constituents, make District 1 aware.
Do you do so? Are you saying that your constituents could possibly know which way you're voting before you actually vote? When you leave the meeting, they already know where you stand. Do you feel is that something?
I can't really say. There may be cases where they do, and then there may be cases where it need be that I'm transparent
Right.
to say that these are the pros, these are the cons,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where we are. This is where we're leaning. This is what we're doing. But this is what may happen.
Mm-hmm.
Have the facts been put out
Mm-hmm.
in District 1 for things that have come up? Has District 1 been made aware?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to the rendering plan. And
Okay.
I said this to you on a number of occasions. All we were hearing, and I said this in a meeting, all we were hearing from a particular group
Right.
was the cons, the cons, the cons,
Right.
the cons. I asked for the pros.
Right.
How is this going to benefit? I never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I or anybody else was made aware of the pros. Did the pros outweigh the cons?
Mm.
And I feel that as a councilman, you have a responsibility to give the information.
Mm-hmm.
To say this is where we are, this is what we need to do, or these are the facts.
Mm-hmm.
These are the cons, these are the pros. Now it may be totally different. I made my mind, I don't know. But I know with anything, when you represent people, to hear them, you've got to give them information.
Mm-hmm.
And hear what they're saying. When you hear what they're saying, be able to tell them why or why not.
Right.
What's best? What's going to be best for our community?
Right. Right. We want to post this up, and while we putting this up, if y'all have any questions for Bishop Latham, go ahead and type it in your comments. Type it in your comments if you have any questions concerning her candidacy for a Gadsden City Council, District 1. So let's talk about your platform here. I know you shared a few things on there about serve with integrity. You talked about that. talked about expanding education, develop employment opportunities, increase revenue, conduct community forums. You said that, improve neighborhood safety and cleanness. You pretty much done hit all these. Promote health awareness and wellness. Have you dealt with that? Have you said anything about that?
Yeah, we talked
Okay.
about that. Now, I do want to say this too, and this is just from me sharing with some very prominent politicians in Alabama and all. You know, there are areas in District 1 that we should look at developing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not only look at developing, but also having activities for our young people. I was in a meeting not long ago and they were talking about how most of the gyms or the after school places are closed at 5 o'clock. They close at 5 o'clock. They close at 6 o'clock. So, uh, what do we really have to offer our young people as an alternative for having the time to go out here and get involved in other things? So we've got to not only have education in mind from 8 hours a day, but how do we educate and stimulate the minds of our young people for another 8 hours or for another 4 hours, 5 hours of the day? What are we developing? What are we creating for our young people in that district? You
Mm-hmm.
know, we shouldn't have to travel out of our district to a whole nother city to enjoy some things,
Right.
you know.
Right. Let's talk about this, Bishop. You got a rally coming up on July the 23rd. Tell us about it.
Okay, we have a rally Saturday. It is July the 23rd. It is at the Adams Dugat Park. Those of you who are familiar with District 1, it's right across the street from the old Bishop supermarket or old Bishop store, the old James L. Kane School. We're gonna be there basically with our rallies. Will have someone there doing voter registration. We give out information. We are able to talk to people. So if you want to ask us some questions, come to the rally. We have a little refreshment to kind of refresh you. Try to do them when the sun kind of goes down. So, and this is one of three rallies that we have planned. We have this rally planned on the 23rd, and then on the August the 6th, we have another rally planned. And you'll get information on that. August the 6th, we have a rally planned at the Hughley Park. We have a rally planned there. And then on August the 14th, it is our rally to try to mobilize our young people. We have a rally that's coming up at the is it still the merry-go-round skating ring?
As far as
At the
I know,
skating ring. At the
yeah.
skating ring. We go old school to music and try to get as many of those young people and young adults in for that rally. But now here is the other thing as it relates to the rallies that we're doing. And I don't know if you got the graphic for this. We are canvassing the neighborhoods. And in order for us to do that in an effective way, um, that we reach as many people as possible, we are doing pop up rallies. Pop up
Okay.
rallies. And the way those pop up rallies, did
It's
you
on
get
there. I
it?
see it on there. Say pop up rallies.
Yeah. I sent
Coming
you
to
one
you.
with some information on it.
Was it this one right here?
No. Um,
You sure you sent it?
yeah, I thought I did.
Let's see.
We are doing pop-up rallies, and those pop-up rallies, the way they work is, if you are interested and you feel the need or you desire to host a pop-up rally, all that is you allowing us to come and set up on your property, which amounts to a table, a tent, and our information, and inviting people in your neighborhood to come to that place. And we'll have people passing out information while that rally is going on. But it just you saying, when you all come to my neighborhood, I have some neighbors who are interested, who want to get some information, who want to talk to you and share with us. And what we'll do is spend about 45 minutes to an hour in that community. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I pulled
45
it.
minutes to an hour in that community. And we want to do as many of those pop-ups as we can. And the person that's in charge of our rallies, that coordinates our rallies and is going to coordinate our pop-up rallies, is Epiphany Cherry. Um, and her number is 256-312-4176. And Pastor can put it up on the screen when he gets to her comment. So if you're interested, or you are willing to host a pop-up rally, and like I said, a pop-up rally is simply just allowing us to put a table, a tent on your property and be there for us to give out information to people, for people to come up and ask questions, and we'll be there for about an hour. We'll supply, something. It's because it's hot, and so we'll supply something for people to drink, and all while they're out there or whatever. Um, for that, did you see her comment?
Hold on one second. Okay, we'll leave that up. You sent me something that was a PDF. I needed in JPEG.
You need it as a JPEG.
Yeah. Let's see if I can save it as that. Let's see. I may be able to handle it. Let's see. No. Yeah, I need it as a JPEG.
Let me see while we're talking. I'll see if I can get it. But the pop-up rallies, we believe, are
There's information to request to host a pop-up rally in your neighborhood, and that's good. I've yet to see that happen. With Tanya Lynn Latham, candidate for Gadsden City Council District 1, call 256-312-4176. So if you want a pop-up rally in your neighborhood with Bishop Tanya Latham, and of course, I'm sure she'll be answering any questions that may be posed. Um, just call 256-312-4176. We're going to leave that up there for a while so you can get that information. Need to get that information. That's good. Being transparent and are willing to talk to the people. Willing to talk to the people. I'm excited for you, Bishop, and your campaign. I think I'm more excited for you than I am actually for my own self. Uh, really want to swing our support behind you and want to get the constituents. I actually pastor in District 1. So District 1 is very important to me. If you got a happy congregation, you just might be a happy pastor. So we're going to be calling on you to do some things right here in this district, especially if you are elected to the position.
well, we hope and believe that we'll be able to serve well. That's our desire. It's just to keep the main point, and stay focused. I'm gonna
Was you able to do that?
Yeah, I am. It's coming up.
Okay. All right, we'll get that information up in just a few minutes. Don't forget about the rally that's taking place on Saturday. You can cash out if you want to give some campaign contributions to the bishop. You can cash out at $ TLL. Is that CD1?
Yes, TLLCD1.
Okay. All right. If you want to give some campaign contributions to Bishop, uh, just give us
And let me say this while we are talking about that. It doesn't make a difference how large, how small. When we put it together, it is helping us to do what we need to do. I'm talking and working. I think you should get it now.
okay. All right. DCL Nicole asked the question. So, do you plan to have community meetings to give the pulse of your constituents, to get the pulse of your constituents?
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Did I don't know what I've done.
I don't. What you mean?
Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to get back to you. Okay.
I think you sent this as a file again.
I don't know then.
Yes, it's back at a PDF.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's, but yeah, that is my desire to hold regular forums, town hall meetings, so that I can hear the constituents and make the district aware of what is going on or what's taking place.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're having issues with that particular document. I wish I could convert it real quick. Anyone have any questions for Bishop T? Don't forget August 23rd is election day. Uh, what are the polls in your district?
The two polling sites is the East Gadsden Community Center and and Antioch Life Center.
Okay.
Those are the two places.
All right. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. August 23rd. Bishop Tanya Latham is asking for your vote. Okay. File saved as JPEG.
Did it?
Do Epiphany has it? Have it?
She does. She doesn't have it. Did it?
Let me see. I it came as a PDF to me twice.
It came again that way.
Yeah. Let me see something. If it allow me to save it as. I don't think it's going to see. It won't let me.
Will it? Will it? Will the Hold on for a second. Will the Can I share?
You ought to be. Well, You know what? Since you said that, I can do that.
You can do it.
I can do it. Hold on a second. I should be able to do it. Let's see if we can share it.
We
Uh,
and while you're doing that, let me just say this: we need volunteers. We need volunteers. So when you come to the rally on Saturday, you can sign up to be a volunteer. Like I say, we have two more rallies planned outside of the rally for Saturday. We have the rally in Hughley Park on August the 6th, and then we have the rally on August the 14th. That's at the skating rink. Um, um, and those pop-up rallies are going to be, we need volunteers, especially with the pop-up rallies, because we're going to be talking to people in the community, sharing with people in the community what our platform is and what our vision is for District 1. And let me just add this. My desire, and I hope and pray that the Lord will give us grace to do this. My desire is to represent District 1, to work with the incoming mayor, whoever that is, to work with the incoming mayor, and to work with the other 6 councilmen for a better Gadsden, for a greater Gadsden. That's going to be my desire. uh, is to work together, and we're going to keep that same slogan: "We are one." If we when we occupy that seat, is to occupy it saying we are one. That's just not for District 1, but all 7 districts, the council, the mayor. We've got to think as one for the betterment of this city. We got to think as one. So that's my desire. That's what we're hoping for. Um, I need your support. I need your vote. Again, we'll be at Adams Dugat Park on Saturday. We'll be there. Feel free to come by and share with us. Ask us whatever questions you desire to ask, and we'll have information there. Um, Come see us.
It's not showing.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is all the information you should see on Facebook tonight and starting tomorrow, but it's just simply for those. Miss Cherry put the information up for her number, so you can get in touch with her about those pop up. If you would like to host a pop up rally in your community, if you would like to host a pop up rally in your community.
And don't forget this Saturday, everyone. This Saturday, she's going to have a campaign rally on East Broad. Uh, uh, now what part is that?
That's
Doggett.
the park that's there. Adams Dugat Park is right across the street from what was the Bishop Supermarket and James L. Kane School.
Okay, okay, that new little area
Right in front of
where
that
they.
housing
Right.
development.
Okay. All right. That's gonna be a nice. That's gonna be nice. We shall be there to join you, and
Thank you so much.
want to say best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Uh, Best wishes. Robert Herner has a question. Will you be willing to look into using reserve funds to build a youth development and retention department?
Let me answer that in the best way that I can. Like I said, I this is going to be new to me. So what funds I can and cannot use, I'm not aware of, but I will be doing what I can to make things better for our young people, to have things for our young people to do. So once we get in and see what funds we have, what funds we are able to do things with, I would dare not. One thing you know about me, I won't answer a question out of ignorance.
Right.
So if I want to get in, I first got to win. And
Mhm.
once I win and get in and see what funds I have, what funds we can do, what we can do to get grants, I'm all for doing what we can do to make a better district and city for our young people. And that's the way I must answer that.
Awesome. Awesome. United we stand. Divided we fall. Mark Dayton is actually the current Gadsden City School District of 5. He's on the school board with me. He said, we certainly need the Huff back on the board for sure. And we must have better representatives on our city council, if we are ever going to get this city back on track to be what we all want and know it should be.
And let me say
Awesome.
something too with his statement. He said something, what we all.
Right.
My desire, this is the one thing. I want to represent District 1. So in District 1, I'm not just here for one class of people, one group of people, one race of people. We're here for the constituents of District 1.
Right.
And so that's it, even in the city, we want to serve the city. And I know
Right.
you asked that question even of the mayor, the candidates that have come on for mayor. So we're gonna do our best to represent uh District 1.
Awesome.
So
Pastor Simmons said praying.
thank you so much, Pastor.
Glad to have you on,
Gotta
Pastor
have
Simmons.
some prayer. Gotta have it.
Right. Anything you want to share with your the viewers before we end concerning your candidacy?
The thing is, I need your support. I'm asking for your support. Come share with us on Saturday. Any of the rallies that are playing, you'll see information. I need your support. I need your vote. I need campaign contributions, however small, however large they may be, in order to effectively campaign for the district. And we just look forward to being successful, and by the grace of God, by the power of God, doing what is best in leading District 1 to greater, bigger heights, and the sky's the limit.
All
So
right.
thank you in advance for your support. We've got an awesome team that's working together to see this. An awesome team of young people, young adults, older, senior members that's working together to see this campaign uh, get to victory. And so thank you for all the support and the volunteers thus far.
You have quite a few people saying they hear the passion in you. So I love the sincerity and passion I hear. Epiphany said, I hear passion. That alone is enough to make a change. Mark Dayton said, you have my support.
Thank
Darren
you all. Thank you, Mr.
Darren
Dayton.
Moore,
Look forward to
location for
meeting you.
Saturday. Darren Moore, here it is. It's going to be right across from Antioch Life Center. That park over there, the new addition.
Yeah, it sits right across the street from James L. Kane School and Bishop Supermarket, the old Bishop Supermarket.
On East Broad, off East
Right,
Broad.
on East Broad, right across from Park Street.
Okay. She said, and endorsement. That what Mark said, and endorsement.
Thank you, Mr. Dayton.
All right. Darren Moore said, I got it. Stacy said, you have my support. A lot
Thank
of
you.
love. Everybody flood the timeline with hearts for Bishop Tanya Lynn Latham. Flood the timeline with hearts. Show her the love. Show her some love. Show her some love. Sister Kendrick said, you have my support, praying mighty.
Thank you so much, Miss Kendrick. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Also, before we go, I want to share just with all of our viewers that I will be having my campaign kickoff this coming Sunday at 5:30. Real Bone, Pastor Edward Jones, Real Bone, right there on Megan Boulevard. It's going to be Sunday at 5:30. 5:30. Come on in. Come on in. We welcome your campaign contribution. We welcome your support. We want you to come and be with us on this coming Sunday. Pass the word, pass the word, pass the word. Of course, we're running for re-election for the Gadsden City School System Board, District 3. So come out this coming Sunday, 5:30, Real Bone. Um, we'll be there and hope to see you there as well. My
4
man.
more years.
4 more
4
years.
more years. 4 more years.
Yeah.
Let me just listen. I'm looking for the opportunity at one of these rallies to stand up and open my mouth and say, "No Roger, no rerun, no
re." My campaign manager, Miss Charlotte W. Vaughn, said food will be served. So y'all come on out.
I'm gonna come up there too and eat.
Come on. You know you better
be right there.
Be right there.
Okay.
We're gonna eat at Adams Park.
Yes, we got a little something for you to eat on.
All right. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Miss Cherry, they messing. He trying to be funny, Miss Cherry.
I just want to know what's on the grub on. I may ride my motorcycle over there and hang out with you.
Yeah, ride your motorcycle over there.
Okay. All right. Bishop, it's been fun talking to you. And I thank you. You know, when we first started this show, we was all about making a difference in our city. And you know, people can talk it, but until you jump in it and actually when what they say, when the rubber meet the road, it's times that you just got to get in it for yourself. Let me ask you this question, because I've had people say this. Your opinion with preachers in politics, should they involve themselves in politics?
Here's my thing, and I hope I will answer your question. We are the salt of the earth. We are the city, the light that sits on the hill. And I think that I know there's the stigma for politicians, but we have to, wherever we are, if it's in politics, if it's in a secular job, we represent our Father.
That's right.
And so, and I heard a word used the other day. It's not coming to me now. But my feeling is I'm going to be a child of God, even as city council.
Right. And that's what I've had people tell me the same thing. And I grew up, and my grandfather, I used to hear him say, preaching and politics don't mix. You know, my grandfather used to say, I used to hear him say that. But here's the thing, we have a civil duty. And if you always allowing corrupted people to occupy these seats, now remember this, these seats are not corrupt, it's the people that sits in them. So if you allow these people to sit in these seats, they're going to make these bad decisions and choices. Now, remember, the Bible tells us that we got to obey the law of the land. So we got the wrong people making the laws. But when you put some godly people in these positions, then the laws will start lining up with the word of God. And that's the way I've seen it, and I explain it to people. And even if you look at Joseph, just for instance, somebody said, well, you ain't never seen nobody in the Bible. I said, well, let's take a look at Joseph. Joseph was second in charge in Egypt. They had to go to Egypt in order to survive. The Bible says, and I know this ain't Bible study, but the Bible says, Joseph said, you meant it for evil, but God worked it for my good to save many people alive. A lot of folks would have died had not Joseph been in the right position and providing food for the people who had to come to Egypt in order to survive. So, so I agree with you that we got to put people, good people, in these positions that can't be bought, that would be willing to stand if they have to stand by themselves, and carry on and do the right thing.
Well, that's why I said too, integrity. I mean, we got to stop having one face for church and another face other places. So we represent the kingdom wherever we are. So,
right.
My aunt said, "Take the Lord with you." That's what they used to sing. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go.
You've been playing since you was how old?
Take the Lord with you.
How old was you when you started playing?
When I first started playing for the church, I was 14 years old. I got my first job as a musician in the church at 14.
Praise the Lord. So you remember a lot of those?
I remember
a lot of antique songs.
Oh, when I get home.
Okay.
Listen, I've enjoyed talking with you tonight. God's blessings to you on your campaign. And while we're running our campaign, working our campaign, we're going to be helping and campaigning for you as well. And congratulations on your book.
God bless you and thank you so much for that.
Same to you.
And again, we wish you well and want you to do well.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Saturday.
I will see you Sunday.
And we'll see all of you, hopefully, Saturday and Sunday in person. But if not, we'll see you Thursday right back here on Real Talk. Until then, y'all have a blessed night.